Ooh, we're back. We're back. And we're still backpacking with Sturdy. We are still here backpacking, guys, ladies and gents. Everybody out there, whatever you want to be called, that's what I'm saying. Everybody out there. Um, and we're in Spain tonight. Yes, yes. The Killer Book. The Killer Book.
Book
I
club.
listen. I
Yes,
still got a
yes,
problem.
thank you.
That
Killer Book
title
Club.
does not say Killer Book Club.
No,
That
it was
says
The
wrong.
club
the
of
club of
the
the signed
the
criminals.
criminal writers.
There you. Thank you.
El Club de los
Thank
Lectores
you.
Criminal,
Thank you.
which, if you translate it and within translation, it basically means that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This show's driving me nuts. They're like, no, it's Killer Book Club. I was like, motherfucker, it doesn't say Killer Book Club. That's too many
I'm
words.
excited to hear what you guys have to say about this, because
Oh,
I'll be honest, I don't give a about that damn book.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna make a lot of people mad.
Uh-oh.
This is a better version of Scream.
Oh, way better.
Well, I mean, it's got more. If it was supposed to be Scream and all these other postmodern horror films didn't exist, wow.
Yeah.
But I couldn't everything that seemed to be creative let you down with the
Yeah, I see that.
worst possible twist known to mankind. Yeah, I mean,
I just hate Scream. I'm like, hey, this is the
Same.
same type of shit
I like
right
the
here.
first Scream. I like the first Scream. Took me a while to actually learn to like it because, like many people, when it went like super haywire in popularity, it was that, it's the Craven sellout film, but it's
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
excellent film. So
Yeah. This one, I'm with you though, James. I did enjoy this one. I had a good time with this. And
I mean, it's not the
I
greatest like put together
oh
movie,
no.
but it was
Mhm.
entertaining.
I mean, it was entertaining, definitely. I think for me, it just seemed it was so trite. I mean, so okay, so you've got this book club that starts with
Uh-oh.
Oh. Hope we didn't lose him again.
I
Might
think we
have.
did. Thank you, froze.
Yeah. We'll have to go out and come back.
these very archetypal people. So
Nope.
You're breaking up again, Trevor, if you could hear me. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I just yes, ghost face mask is cooler
He's back.
looking. But
You were frozen.
yeah, you froze for a while.
yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what's doing this, but we'll try to piece it
Yeah.
together the best we can.
But
But
what were you
no,
saying?
what
Okay.
I was basically saying is I thought, I mean, even though to an extent it's supposed to be, but they were too much archetypes. There, I did not care at all about anybody. The hair. I mean, what Professor does to her is truly horrible and revolting, and this is the catalyst for what eventually is supposed to be a silly joke. And even though it's an extraordinarily intensely orchestrated joke, it goes very badly with the death of the professor impaled on a statue. Now
pretty cool
that
looking.
leads, yeah, I mean, so I mean, it starts off in an interesting direction, and then it veers into I know what you did last summer zone, in which everybody stands around a circle and throws their costume in, and they all make this pledge: we will never talk about this again. And that's when my radar kind of went off to being like, either this is going to be really, really cool, or this is just going to be endless numbers of cliches, which is fine. It's just it wasn't, there wasn't a payoff for me in the film. I wouldn't say I wouldn't recommend it. It just left me kind of high and dry.
That's fair though. That's fair though. Like I was. Well, shit. I might as well. Let's dive into our ratings real quick. I gave it a 6. Like I had a good time with it. I agree. It wasn't like a great story, but it was a fun ass slasher.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
say that. It was definitely a fun ass slasher, and I loved the freaking weapon in this movie. I freaking
Yeah, me
loved
too.
that. It was such a cool weapon. And that alone just did it for me. Like sometimes, especially for a slasher, it's literally just that simple. Just like you get some pretty cool kills in it. You get the gore in it that you want from a slasher. Of course, you've seen some better kills in these movies and all that stuff. I still had I had fun with this one. I had a lot of fun with this one.
I'm saying, wait, I'm giving it a 6 also.
Okay.
Like I said, it was like I'm watching. I'm like, okay, this is kind of feeling like a Scream vibe going on here. Then, especially at towards the end, when you find out there's 2 killers and shit, I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, holy shit. Okay, here we go. And I didn't mind like it was a weird looking clown costume, but I thought it was pretty cool looking, kind of.
It was different.
It looked like an animated, like from like a Japan clown costume or something, like an animation. But the weapon, like you said, the weapon was cool.
Shot.
Yeah, it was not
Beautifully shot, and the costumes and everything. I mean, it is a beautiful looking horror film. It's just like you even said, not to interrupt, but the whole subplot of the heroine having basically taken somebody's life to write a play, and that whole backstory,
yeah, that was weird,
was so absurd.
Yep.
And it was such a relief when it got to the point in which you feel it's going to be the climax, and well, that's obvious, but you know, it's not as weird. But then when you discover that that person actually is the boyfriend to the lady whose story she stole, that's weird enough. And then boom, this supposedly dead woman shows up, and it I don't know, it would have to be in the right mood. It was fun. It wasn't for me. If I were to give it a score, I'd give it a 4.5.
4.5. That's not bad.
That's the part that so I already knew. I guessed the killer, like quarter in.
Yeah,
I had a feeling it was that fucking brown nosing back. Oh, I love you in the background type psychopath stalker kid.
Yeah.
But I did not expect the girl who killed her mother burning, being alive at the end with them, like 2 killers.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either at first. Well, I had a feel at times. I did have a feeling there was another killer, but I didn't expect her to be the second killer.
Oh, there I am. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. We're getting a storm here.
Oh, that could be it.
I'm wondering if that's just kicking it off. So
yep.
I'm going to jet so you guys can have a successful show.
Okay.
But thank you so much. And to anybody listening, if I randomly stopped speaking, I apologize. So
all good. Real quick,
thank you
Trevor,
guys again. Yes.
Before you leave, so next week, it starts Sturtoween, which we're gonna be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays instead of Thursdays,
Awesome.
and that'll be all through from September to October.
That's perfect.
Back in November, back.
And I said sorry for the technical difficulties, but
hey,
I don't want to.
I get it.
So thank you guys.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later.
I'll send you the movies later too that we get for
awesome.
Spin the Wheel. Have a good one, good sir. Thank you. But anyway, there we go, just to help them. Anyway, like I was saying, like this movie here it was a fun time. Like once it starts picking up, the pace starts going, and it just you know what I had to do though? Again, Netflix. Listen, Netflix, hear me out. I don't know what the settings are on my regular Netflix. I don't know. I don't mess with it. But I'm tired of having to switch from English
Yep.
to the authentic language of the film.
I had
Cut
to
that
too.
shit out. Make that the default. Whatever the authentic language is, you hear me, streaming apps? Whatever the authentic language is for that film, default. That should be the default. Of course, if you want to add the subtitles, you add the subtitles. And if you want to switch it and dub it, that's fine too. But for people like myself and James, because I'm tired of playing a movie. I said whatever, say a Japanese film, a Spanish film. Like we'll go with this one because it's a Spanish film. And you hit play, and the first thing you hear is some fucking English. Who the fuck wants to hear that shit?
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? I mean, as far as when you're watching a foreign film, who wants to
Yeah.
hear English? I don't. Not anymore. I used to back in the day. I'm not gonna lie. I used to.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
I tried to get you to watch subtitles for the longest time. You're like,
I would watch them here and there, and then like just podding more and watching all these films. I'm like, yo, this is so much better.
Oh yeah.
This is so much better.
And the thing is, here's the problem with the dubbed also. Like this is what they do. Oh, it's going to America. They all speak English, so we're going to set it to have it dubbed as their first option. No, you're right. It should come as is and give the option to change it to English if you want to watch it dubbed.
Yeah.
My problem with dubbed, the thing is with dubbed, sometimes they change certain words. The sentence that they're saying in English is not saying the same thing as they're doing in the other.
Yeah, well,
you see that a lot in anime. If you watch dubbed, it's different than watching original.
The thing I can say is somewhat is I know like certain things translate a little bit different. So like when it translates to English, you're just like, when you say it in that language, it's right in that language. But then when you translate to English, sometimes it's like that doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
You make it make sense. So I get maybe that's what maybe not for everything. Though,
yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's why I'd rather have subtitles. I'd rather listen in its own language because for one, it's part of the experience.
It feels better. It feels more natural.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't mind reading the subtitles.
Honestly, it makes you believe the story and enjoy the story part because it almost in a way it almost puts you in that atmosphere. In a sense, obviously, just like any other film would put you in that atmosphere, but I feel like it really puts you in that atmosphere when you're putting it in the language that it's actually spoken, whatever, however you're supposed to say that, and then you're just again you're reading the subtitles versus hearing it in English. It kind of takes you like. And I feel like I know they use multiple voices, but I feel like they just use like 6 different generic voices when they dub it in English. It just sounds horrible. Like, no, I don't do that to me.
So I just realized this. So I don't like reading books, right? Because I just don't like reading because my brain don't work like normal people's. Like I can't imagine the story in my head as I'm reading.
Oh man.
So that's why reading's boring to me. So now movies, when it's like regular, movie you're watching.
That's fair.
But when you watch sub, like a foreign movie, and I read sub, it's like me watching a live action book. That's me reading a book.
That's fair. I get what you're saying with that.
Yeah. So that's what it feels like to me.
That's different. It's funny too because I know because I'm one of these two. I mean, I'll read a book too. I love reading. I just don't read as much as I'd like to, or as much as I should or could. Wow. We'll talk about that another time, people. But no, like, because like you also love audiobooks like myself.
Yeah,
but I guess it's a little bit different
because I can do the audiobook. Yeah,
because you're still like hearing the story. I guess so. What you're saying more so like if you're just reading it.
Yep, because I'm concentrating on the reading.
Yes. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get that.
Because I don't want to skip lines and all that shit. So I'm just reading and I'm focusing on the words. And I'm not getting the story in my head. Now, if someone read it to me, different story, because I can focus on what you're saying and I can picture it.
Well,
so
James, so I'm not coming over there and reading you bedtime stories.
So I don't know. I might have a learning disability or something. I don't know. Whatever.
It could be. It's just one of those things. Like for me, I'm not saying I did it all the time as a kid, but here and there, I would just be bored and read a book or like anytime you'd have to go to the doctor's, which I'm sure all kids did. you're going through the pages and looking at like the animal books. What the hell were those books called? You know what I'm talking about? Like National
the
Geographic.
National
Not just it was like
Geographic?
National Geographic, and there was like some zoo something.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, those little like it has like the puzzles in it and the coloring
Yeah,
pages.
there's like different stuff like that. And
Yeah.
yes, I would look at the pictures, but I'm also reading about the stuff, especially if it had two things, which explains so much as to I know this conversation is going into non-horror stuff, people, but bear with me. I'll bring it back. Which goes so much into our conversation earlier about two of my favorite movies, non-horror movies, is The Lion King and White Fang, right? Remember how I said that earlier?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the stuff that I used to like look at and read as a kid, again, especially at the doctor's office, it would always be looking for like wolves and big cats.
Oh, okay.
Every time bedtime was 30. Bedtime reading was 30. Get your books out, people. Let's get ready. Let's get ready.
Aaron, yeah, there you go, Aaron. You read a story.
Start doing an audio book like here, just push play.
There you go. You do a half hour, so like whatever, like a couple chapters an episode. You're like to be continued next week.
If I can read and I can read out loud, just not great, which I've been doing. Listen, I'll tell you what. Here's what you guys can do. You want to hear Sir Sturdy read to you with other amazing people? Here's what you do. When we're doing those charity events, join those. Hop in the comments. Because guess what we're doing? We're script reading. Boom. Reading you a movie, pretty much, in a sense. So there you go.
Yep.
Audiobooks 30, maybe in 2020, 30, maybe in 2027 or some shit. I don't know. That'll be way down the line if I ever think of doing that. And of course, it'll just be horror stuff. But what's good, Chad? Happy you're here, man. Happy you're here. Can't wait to have you on one of the shows again, man. I know you're super busy and all that good stuff, but can't wait. But yeah, so which I wouldn't mind seeing some big cat and some wolf horror movies, by the way. But excuse me. Sorry about that.
Well,
people.
when it comes to wolves, though, majority of the time it starts bleeding into werewolves. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Which I wouldn't mind. We'll see. We got some fun themes coming up. I know you guys. Listen, second year of Sturtoween is starting next week. It is starting next week on the pod.
We're back Tuesdays.
Yes. So starting Tuesday, we'll be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout September and October, and then we're going to be back to just Thursdays in November. And Sturtovision is going to be around. That's still going to be going on. Some days I may be moving it back and forth. Hell yeah. Well, we're this coming Tuesday, man. This coming Tuesday, we are back. And since you said that and since you're here, I'm going to bring the wheel up now, the Sturtoween wheel.
Yep. So we're spinning it twice?
And yeah, we're going to spin it twice so we can see what we're doing for Tuesdays and Thursdays. And yeah, back to this. It's been a long time since we spun the wheel twice on this for a Tuesday and a Thursday episode. It's been a long time, it feels, man. Kind of miss it. So yeah, the Tuesday show will be back. Same Same time, 8 o'clock, of course. And we are gonna have some fun with that. But let's see what we got for Tuesday. Yo, if it picks this, I'm gonna have to tell Kelvin. I know he won't be able to make it because he has to work, but these are both of his movies. I put this one on that we're reviewing, so that we're talking about tonight, just because I was like, oh shit, we need another movie. This movie he put on there, a classic horror movie, or a classic horror story.
Okay. This sounds so familiar. Part of me feels like I watched this.
I think it's fairly new, but he said it was good.
Maybe I didn't see it. Unless it's a remake, because that title sounds really familiar.
I'll look it up after the.
Okay.
I spent and see where they're from and all that stuff. Actually, that one's Italian, I believe. And then see what movie number 2 is. So a classic horror story, if you're still here, Chad, for Tuesday.
Well, I don't think it's going to be that one. It's going to go to. Is it the Cannibal Man? Is that what the white one is? Nope. The Confessional.
The Confessional.
Never seen this.
Me neither.
All right.
And these are all from Uncle T right here. The rest of these.
Oh boy, these are wild ones.
I can't wait. I can't. He has, listen, no disappointment.
Nope.
No disappointment. So our next two films, oh man. And as we go on with conversation, I'll try to see what countries they're from and all that good stuff so we know.
All right.
But
I have no
I'm
clue
not
what
sure. I'm not sure what either one of them are on. But once a classic horror story, I think that's on Netflix. I'm not 100% sure, but after the episode, I'll hit you up and I'll let you know. I'll let you know, man. Oh, it's gonna be so good to have these guys back on. It's been so freaking long, so damn long. I gotta get on their show again one of these days. It's just late for me, man. But I gotta try one of these days. I'm telling you, man. Next time I'm off on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, and you guys have me or invite
Yeah,
me.
it's late for the weekday. I was about to say late, and you say and you say shit when I say that about your Fridays. Like that's late for
No,
me.
but no, Friday would be perfectly fine. About Friday or well, shit, I have a show, but I mean, like, you know what I mean. But a day that I had off on a day where I have the next day off, especially. But Tuesday, that's tough. It's easier if the following day I'm working from home though, because I can sleep a whole hour later. Actually, shit, an hour and a half later.
Well, your schedule is like that now.
No, I know. It's just I have to make sure it's the right Tuesday, Wednesday. You know what I mean? Tuesday, Wednesday combo. But yeah, people don't want to hear about that shit. No. The Killer Book Club.
All right, so I would there. Okay, so the whole club, all the people, there was some annoying ones. Like I didn't like all of them.
But the thing with that though, like honestly, I didn't really get attached to anybody in this movie. Like Trevor was saying earlier.
No, me either. Even the heroine, I didn't give a shit about her. She was fucking weird. Yeah.
It's the only way I sleep. It's the only way I sleep. My wife reads me bedtime stories after 9 o'clock.
Are they scary ones?
Man. You know all that stuff like about unicorns and shit, magical stuff.
Oh, the good ones are right.
And I go to sleep. I'm just making shit up. Oh fuck! But go ahead though, James. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I agree. Like, but oh yeah, that's what I was saying. As far as like, I didn't get attached to any characters in this film, but for this movie, it didn't bother me because the type of movie it was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just a
fun. And that sex scene, didn't have to be there either.
Nah.
That didn't put nothing towards the movie except for when she said when the guy said, "Oh, you didn't say that when they fucked," or something like that, and her boyfriend.
When we did or something.
Yeah, and her boyfriend looked, was like, "What?" And that was it. It didn't change nothing.
True.
Like, so
yeah, I feel like that should have been something that should have happened earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
And that there could have changed. I mean, keep the story the same as far as the killers and stuff the same, but that there would have made it make more sense as to why her boyfriend was blamed as to being the killer and everybody believing it. Because then it's like, oh, well, you cheated on your boyfriend with him.
Exactly. So, that makes more sense. You're right.
Of course, he's gonna be mad and he's gonna be blah 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 blah, blah trying to get and doing all this to try to get to you and all this other stuff.
Yep.
And still have this. You do that, but still have the same exact story and backstory as far as the reason why those two are doing it. Yeah. But it's like, okay, now we can pin it on him because now these two say they get into an argument or whatever, right? Whatever, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, boom, now he's the killer. Whatever, now he's the killer because of the whole teacher shit.
Mm-hmm. Then we find out the girl, the brat, was the girl that's with him.
Yeah, which
She was
Honestly,
supposed to be dead.
so I want to show you something really quick, people. This mask, right? I do like the mask in this movie. I like
No,
this
I
little
do
clown.
too. That clown mask, it's pretty cool. It kind of looks like it's from like an anime. It's like an anime clown head.
Because the winky
Like,
thing, right?
yeah, like you'll see this shit in like Comic-Con or something.
It's so freaking fun.
It is. It's pretty cool. And the fucking weapon is cool. One side like a fucking hammer, the other side a fucking hook type looking thing, like a spike.
Yeah.
I know that. I know what they're called. I forgot what those things are called. I
Yeah.
think they're
I
for.
don't
Are
know.
they for like
Something with ice?
Yeah, I think
I
they're.
don't know.
Are they ice? Are they ice picks, or is it for when like mountain climbers or skiers or something? Like the grip
Maybe
the
something
ice.
like that. I honestly I don't know. But here's another
Yeah,
look
I don't
at it.
either. But the weapon's pretty cool.
Yeah. The weapon, the
And I
mask.
did like how all their phones, it was like a website, a clown, and it was doing chapter 1, the emo. Like it was telling how they was killing each person in each chapter.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I liked how they were like writing the book as it was going on as well. You know what I mean? Like throughout the whole that, like what you just said, and then that I was like, holy shit, because they would change shit in the story.
Yeah, because the one survived or something, and they're like, "Oh fuck, now you got to change it."
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I kind of like that. I thought that was pretty clever because they're reading who's dying next. They're like the emo kid. They're like, "What?" And they're like, "Shit!" They burned the body like when they killed that one dude, and they went there and they're like, "There's no body here," but there's spray paint to be continued. So
I like that.
one of them kills them, and it drags them off before everybody gets there. So they clean their mess up. They kill them, they clean it up. Like where are the bodies? Where are they putting them all? You know, shit. I'm like, damn.
And then it was an interesting story. It was an interesting take. So basically, they want the revenge because the one girl stole the other girl's story, and then she thought the girl died.
Yeah. Well, so here's the main thing.
Right.
So there was a girl. They're online. It was like a online book club type thing.
Yeah.
Or for authors, like upcoming authors or something. So the girl was they became friends. The girl was saying, "My mother is really strict and abusive." So the girl's like, "You guys stand up for yourself." The main character in this movie was telling the one, "You guys stand up for yourself." Blah blah blah. So she burns her house down, kills her mother and herself. The main character in this took that and made a story out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so she made a story out of it. So it comes to find out the girl that she was talking to who killed herself with the mother had a boyfriend. The boyfriend is in the book club that's make believe he's in love with the main girl. And find out that the girl who burned with the mother, it's not burned with the mother. She's still alive. She's the brat in the book club. So they're working together to get revenge on the main girl because the main girl talked to her and tricked her. She thinks she tricked her and killing her mother just to steal her story of her life.
All right. Now, she obviously didn't do that to steal her story or whatever, but she did like write a story about that situation, which was messed up.
It is. I agree. It is messed up.
That is messed up. And then it's like, wow, they took it real far.
Yep.
They took it real far. But I mean, because I'm like, it's one thing to say stand up for yourself. It's another thing to say go burn the house down. It's like that's two different things.
Exactly.
That is two different things.
Yeah. So yeah, that's so they made the guy who the killer, who's the boyfriend of the girl who killed her mother, through all those years came up with this master plan.
Mm-hmm.
For one, how would they know they'll go to the same college? They'll create a book club. They're all going to be in a book club. so he could do this fucking plan. What? Was he
I mean,
fucking psychic?
that could either be, that could also be one of those things where it's like, hey, what school do you go to, type of deal. If you're all writing in a book club, because I'm sure it's one. It could be one of those things that's kind of important. You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's kind of weird. That's a lot of years of fucking planning, and hopefully that you know what college they're going to. You got to get in there too, and hopefully she signs up for a book club so you can join that book club. It's
I
kind of
guess.
it's far fetched.
I
It's
mean,
kind of fucking weird.
It is, but I mean, listen, man, it's in the script, as Slinky would say, or movie's got a movie.
Unless they found out where she was and they got to know her, befriend her before he made the plan.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it was probably something similar to that, or it was just
I don't know.
Who
I mean, it
knows?
was a good plan. It kind of was
Great
working.
plan. Yeah.
That was fucking okay for one. So they did fuck up because they were doing a pretty good job killing off everybody. They did fucked up on the boy. What's his name? Nando
Nando with an N.
Nando. There you go, Nando.
Yeah.
Nando. They thought they killed him. No, he's in a hospital. He's like, I'm okay. He has a lump on his head and something. So now they're like, okay, they're still believing it's him now. So the killer is like, fuck, he's alive. Uh-oh. So that's where he had to change the story because he wrote that he died.
Mm-hmm.
So the boyfriend miraculously survived or whatever they wrote. So they try to kill him again. So they're just setting him up now. So that's when she's in the house with him. He barges in. He stabs him at the house there. And he goes, that's right. That's where he reveals he's the killer. The simp. That's what his nickname was, the simp.
Yeah, the simp.
Because he was secretly in love with her.
Yep.
So he's sitting there and goes, he admits that I'm the killer. And Nando falls to the ground. She goes, what? Blah, blah, blah. So they're arguing. So think Nando's dead again. He fucked up again. Mm-hmm. So she's running. He's chasing her. They're in like a fucking hallway where the teacher died, I believe.
Yeah, it was the same hall. So
this made me laugh though, because now this is where they reveal the brat's alive and they find out the girl's alive. So they're sitting there, they're talking, and they're like sitting there just talking to the main character, the girl. And all of a sudden, here comes Nando with a fucking like a printer or something, a fax machine.
It was a typewriter.
Typewriter slaps him in the side of the head. The killer, one of the killers, the male killer. He falls over the ledge and mouth, chin, spike right through the head. He got impaled through the head. That was pretty cool. That was a cool kill. But then the girl screams, she's like, nah. It's her boyfriend. She's like, fuck, I'm gonna kill you now. Like a psychopath. Oh, she backhanded him with that fucking weapon. That's right. She hit Nando in the head with the backhand. Then she started chasing the main heroine girl. But I was like, the fuck? I was like, they would have got this right if they killed Nando off. If they double tapped him. If they double tapped him, this would have worked.
That's how you know they're terrible villains. They're terrible at their job. They're terrible at their. Listen, had that been like a Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna make sure they finish the job.
Oh yeah.
But it's fun. It's funny you say that though, because you could say the same thing on the opposite end when it comes to like people with the usual villains in the movie. It's like you hit them once and knock them down, and you just stop. Like, why? Not only did you stop, but you dropped the weapon right next to him. Like, here you go. Let me just put this right in your hand for you, just in case you get up. And it's just wow. It's just wow. Double tap.
Should have double tapped them. They would have done it. They would have jumped.
Right.
They would have ganged up on her and killed her.
Easily. But that impale scene was cool.
Yep.
Both times, even when it happened to the teacher.
Teacher one was cool.
I was trying to grape the main character. He got
that was set up too. That was planned.
Yeah. That plan is what set everything in motion. Like, which is just crazy that that's such a plan. Which means, oh man, it almost damn. That's a crazy ass fucking plan.
Yeah. because she was sitting there, thought she was just talking to him about her like writing a book or something. And because the guy, the simp, the killer, sent an email to him like saying, "Hey," like flirting, like she wanted to have him like have sex with him. So he took it as, oh, she wants this, and I think even they wrote like I'm like a tease. So like if she's saying no, keep pursuing, like he's a predator. So that's why he was keep going at her, like he was rapey.
Yeah.
Even though it is rapey, he shouldn't have been doing it anyways with a fucking student. Creepy fucking bastard. But but so that's why then she'd need him in the nuts. And he was like, that's when he realized, he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, this is what you wanted, blah, blah, blah. Get out of here. Okay, get out of here. And he let her free. So it intentionally, it makes it seem like he really wasn't going to, he didn't want to rape her.
Yeah. He's coughing. He'll be okay, guys. Don't worry.
My bad.
See?
But he didn't want to rape her, because if he did, soon as she got kneed in the balls, he would have fucking hit her, slammed her to the ground, and still done it.
I mean, yeah, he could have. Possibly. I'm not acting like he's a hero because he's not.
No, he's not like a hero. He still shouldn't have done that shit. But I'm just saying, I don't think that was his intent. He just took the email as, oh, this girl likes me.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but that's why he died. Oh, so the plan was the one, I think the simp actually came up with the plan or something. How about we scare them or something? So they all bought all the clown costumes, that clown costume. They all dressed up and planned to scare them. But the simp guy wasn't to scare him. He knew he was going to kill the teacher. That's why when he ran by him in his section, before he got to the main girl, he hit him in the face with the weapon, busted his nose and everything. That's when he went to the ledge, was like, oh, almost falling over, and the girl went to grab him, and he flipped over the edge.
And it looked like she did it. Yep.
And it looked like she did it. So now they're doing the what did you do last summer type shit. Keep it a secret. Don't tell nobody. You promise. We all promise. And now this is where no one's trusting each other.
You're right.
Because this clown thing, because the app popped up and says, I know what you did, and I'm going to kill every one of you, starting with one at a time per chapter. So they're like, and it has to be one of us. No one else knows.
And I mean, technically it was one of them. And
it was actually two of them.
yeah, technically, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. Which, you know, it's funny, like the Brat character, I didn't even suspect at all because I forgot.
No.
They did a good job getting rid of her soon. Like I said, she was going to run away.
She was like a nobody. She was like a quiet, like a person that should be in a book club. Like they took over her club. Like she's sitting there just reading on the couch, like, you guys are noisy, you know, that type. She's just sitting there.
If this is all a fucking plan from the beginning, then that's her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But shit, yeah, you guys should definitely check this movie out.
No, I like I said, to me, it's like a blend of Scream and What Did You Do Last Summer mixed together.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah.
This guy said, "What did you do last summer?" You know,
whatever. That fucking movie sucked. I don't know the title.
No, but that's like some shit. Somebody's parent. You know what I mean? Like your parent, like, all right, James, I'll get you the Nintendo. You're over here talking about a damn Xbox that you want. But
there you go. I can say that statement too. This is a better version of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, it is. It's a better version of both. Like it's a mix of them, a blend. It's a good blend of those.
Yeah,
pretty good blend of those two films. A fun blend.
Yeah. It's fun. It's foreign. Man, foreign movies, man, you can't go wrong. Even a 6 is good. Good score.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And don't get me wrong. Usually, the foreign movies are like we really are like, holy shit. We're like giving 7s or 8s or something
or higher.
But this is still good.
Yeah, it's
for what it is.
And again, besides Trevor's 4.5, but between mine and yours going back and forth since we've been doing the foreign films. Lowest. Actually, his 4.5 is the lowest. even on his standards too, as well, because he gave a lot of his were similar to ours, even higher at times.
Yeah. Trevor also looks into it more deeper.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like he explained it earlier. It has to give him a wow factor. The story has to be strong and
yeah. But listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something. Trevor's seen some wild ass movies. We've got a couple of them, so I understand.
Yeah,
this is like
this is not like, his cup of tea. This is boring to him. He's like,
this is like, yeah, this is like preschool to Trevor.
Yeah, exactly.
Not literally, people, so don't take it there, but you know what I mean. Exactly. But no, this is definitely a fun watch. It was definitely a fun slasher. And if you haven't seen it, if you have Netflix, you guys should go check it out. Netflix is not a sponsor, but definitely can't actually Netflix. You can be. You can be. I'm lying, but it had to be your horror movie. You can get a lot of horror.
You can.
Maybe for Popcorn and Pints, you'd be a better fit over there. But
it don't matter. I'll watch anything. Just give me money.
Listen, horror with Sir Sturdy is going to stay with horror, though. But Popcorn and Pints, that's different. We'll start doing documentaries and shit.
Because they sponsor you, you're still using the app and using their shit. Yeah. It don't mean that you're portraying horror, because you can be using the app watching horror movies. They're not going to make you watch other movies.
Watching and reviewing horror movies, but if they're like, I just want you to review our horror movies, okay, well, you better have a shit ton.
Oh, just theirs? Oh, yeah, that one makes sense.
You know what I mean? If it's like an exclusive.
They don't have enough.
No, never saw. I can't sign an exclusive deal.
Now, if it was Tubi, different story. Tubi's loaded.
Tubi has a lot of shit, which actually, we'll talk about that later. We're gonna wrap this one up though, people.
Yeah,
I don't really have too much more.
I recommend it.
Again, go check it out on Netflix. Make sure you go check out Trevor, Ambassador Radio Media, which is in the description. Of course, check out us right here on Horror with Sir Sturdy. And of course, check us out on our show with our co-host Chris on Popcorn and Pints every Saturday, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Most of the time we're live. Sometimes, like this Saturday coming, cats at the back, meow. We do some pre-recorded episodes sometimes, because sometimes
it's still new.
We're busy. It's still a new episode. It's still gonna be a fresh episode, but it's just, we have to do it a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
and it's the same movies we spun the wheel with. And we are going to be doing a punishment wheel over there. On we have our reasons.
I already did it. I had to
with
watch
that said,
anyway.
Popcorn and Pints every Saturday, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Horror with Sir Sturdy every Tuesday and Thursday. Every Tuesday and Thursday for September and October, 8 o'clock Eastern time, every Tuesday and Thursday. Once that changes back to the normal schedule, I will say that. But right now, every Tuesday and Thursday, guys, Sturdoween is kicking off. And we're going to wrap this one up, though. Have a great night. And as always, I'll see you in your night.